The Craxian armada burst through hyperspace at the edge of Earth's solar system. 300 warships appeared in perfect formation, their crystalline hulls reflecting starlight like shattered diamonds. Each vessel measured 5 kilometers, from bow to stern, bristling with plasma cannons and missile tubes that had destroyed entire civilizations. On the bridge of the flagship Supremacy, Admiral Vextar stood before the main view screen. His purple scales gleamed under the command center's lights, and 4 muscular arms crossed over his massive chest. 6 eyes, arranged in pairs on his elongated head, studied the blue and green planet in the distance. "Report," Vextar commanded, his voice like grinding metal. Commander Krillnash approached and bowed his crested head. "All ships have successfully completed the jump, Admiral. We are holding position at the system's edge. The humans have detected our presence." "Excellent. What are their defenses?" Krillnash activated a holographic display. "Primitive, sir. We detect approximately 50 vessels capable of interplanetary travel. None show weapons that could penetrate. Our shields. Their orbital platforms carry nuclear missiles and crude laser systems. Nothing that poses a threat to the Empire." Vextar's mandibles clicked with satisfaction. "And their communications?" "They're broadcasting on multiple frequencies. Standard first contact protocols. They seem agitated." "Put it through." The view screen flickered, replacing the distant Earth with the face of a human female. She wore a crisp military uniform with 4 stars on each shoulder. Her steel-gray hair was pulled back severely, and her brown eyes held no fear. "Alien vessels. This is General Diane Martinez of Earth Defense Command. You have entered sovereign human space. Identify yourselves and state your intentions." Vextar stepped forward. "I am Admiral Vextar of the Craxian Empire. We have come to integrate your species into our galactic civilization. Your primitive world will benefit from our advanced technology and protection." General Martinez didn't flinch. "Thank you for the offer, Admiral. But Earth declines. We prefer to manage our own affairs." Several Craxian officers chuckled at her response. Vextar raised a hand for silence. "You misunderstand, General Martinez. This is not an offer. It is a declaration. Earth will join the Craxian Empire. The only choice you have is whether this transition will be peaceful or forceful." "I see. Then let me be equally clear, Admiral Vextar. Any attempt to subjugate Earth, or its people, will be considered an act of war. This is your only warning." Vextar's scales darkened with amusement. "General, do you not see our fleet? We have conquered 1,000 worlds. Your species has barely left its home system. What possible defense could you mount against us on Earth in a bunker 2 kilometers beneath Cheyenne Mountain?" General Martinez stood in the Global Defense Command Center. Surrounding her, dozens of officers monitored displays showing the alien fleet. The tension was thick enough to cut, but no one showed panic. Colonel Ben Carter, her second-in-command, whispered, "Orders, General? Maintain current posture. Let them think we're helpless." Major Lisa Wong, the tactical officer, spoke up. "General, their fleet is moving into attack formation. They're preparing to advance." Martinez nodded grimly. "Admiral Vextar, I'll ask once more. Will you withdraw from our system peacefully?" "Your bravery is admirable but foolish," Vextar replied. "Surrender now and we will be merciful. Resist and we will reduce your cities to ash. You've made your position clear." Martinez turned to Carter. "Initialize Eclipse Protocol." Carter's fingers flew across his console. Eclipse Protocol initialized. All platforms responding. Solar focus array online. Back on the Supremacy, Vextar gave the order. "All ships advance on Earth. Prepare for planetary bombardment." "Admiral," called out the sensor officer, scales paling. "I'm detecting unusual energy signatures around their sun." "What kind of signatures?" "Unknown, sir. But the readings are increasing exponentially. On Earth, deep beneath the surface, massive machines that had laid dormant for decades hummed to life. Dr. Elena Vasquez, humanity's chief weapons scientist, monitored the activation sequence from her station. "Solar tap at 15% and climbing," she reported. "Graviton lenses forming. Target lock established on all 300 vessels." General Martinez opened a final channel to the aliens. Admiral Vextar, any species capable of interstellar travel should recognize a Dyson swarm when they see one. What you detected around our sun isn't natural radiation. The Craxian's 6 eyes widened. Impossible. Your technology level couldn't possibly. We've been in space longer than you think, Admiral. Long enough to build weapons you can't imagine. This is your final chance. Leave now or face the consequences. Vextar snarled, his pride wounded. Fire on their capital. Show these primitives the price of defiance. As the lead Craxian ship powered up its main cannon, Martinez gave the order. Execute Eclipse Protocol. Fire. Around Earth's sun, thousands of nearly invisible satellites activated in perfect synchronization. Each one was part of a vast array designed to capture and focus stellar energy. Not the crude solar panels the aliens might have expected, but sophisticated graviton lenses that could bend space itself. The focused energy of Earth's sun, channeled through quantum tunnels that bypassed normal space, materialized inside each alien vessel simultaneously. The Craxian shields, designed to stop attacks from outside, were useless against weapons that appeared within their own hulls. "Admiral!" screamed the Craxian sensor officer. "Energy readings inside our ships, all ships, it's—" The transmission cut off as 300 alien vessels vaporized in perfect unison. The entire Craxian armada, each ship containing thousands of warriors, disappeared in flashes of stellar fire. The engagement had lasted exactly 3.7 seconds. In the Earth Command Center, silence reigned for a moment. Then Colonel Carter spoke quietly. All hostile vessels destroyed, 0 human casualties. General Martinez slumped slightly in her chair, the weight of 300,000 alien lives heavy on her conscience. Send a message on all frequencies. Let everyone know what happens when Earth says no. She stood and addressed her staff. Ladies and gentlemen, we've just announced ourselves to the galaxy. From now on, every species will know that humanity is not to be trifled with. But with this power comes responsibility. We've hidden our true capabilities for centuries, letting others think we were primitive. That deception ends today. Dr. Vasquez approached the general. Ma'am, we're already detecting communications from other star systems. News of the Craxian fleet's destruction is spreading fast. Good, Martinez replied. Let them talk. Let them wonder. And let them understand that Earth protects its own. Around the solar system, the debris of the Craxian armada spread like glittering confetti. On Earth, leaders gathered to discuss their planet's new position in galactic politics. Humanity had revealed itself not as newcomers to space, but as an ancient power that had chosen isolation until threatened. The age of hiding was over. Earth had finally shown its teeth. As the news spread across the galaxy in the following hours, one message became clear to all spacefaring civilizations. Earth was not a primitive world to be conquered. It was a sleeping giant that had finally awakened, and the galaxy would never be the same. The news of the Craxian fleet's destruction spread through the galaxy like wildfire. On 100 worlds, military leaders and politicians gathered in emergency sessions. The impossible had happened. Earth, considered a backwater planet with primitive technology, had annihilated the most feared armada in known space. 3 days after the battle, General Martinez sat in the United Nations Security Council chamber. Representatives from every nation filled the room, their faces a mix of pride and concern. President Jack Hammond stood at the podium, addressing the assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, humanity faces a new reality. Our secret is out. For generations, we've maintained the illusion of technological inferiority while building defenses capable of protecting not just Earth, but our entire solar system. The Russian representative raised his hand. Mr. President, how long have these weapons existed and why were we not informed? Hammond nodded to Martinez, who stood and approached a holographic display. The Eclipse Protocol has been operational for 47 years. Its existence was classified at the highest level, known only to a select group across all nations. The deception was necessary to prevent arms races and maintain global stability. So we've been lying to our own people? The Chinese delegate asked. "We've been protecting them," Martinez replied firmly. "Our true technological level would have triggered panic, economic upheaval, and possibly war. The fiction of our limitations kept Earth peaceful and allowed us to develop in secret." Meanwhile, light years away on the Craxian homeworld of Crax Prime, chaos reigned. The Imperial Council convened in their crystal palace, their scales pale with shock. Supreme Leader Zarmoth slammed his fist on the table. 300 ships, our entire Fifth Fleet destroyed in seconds. How is this possible? Intelligence Chief Vixara pulled up the transmitted footage. The humans used some form of stellar manipulation technology. They channeled their sun's energy directly into our ships. Our shields were useless, but their broadcast showed only primitive rockets and basic nuclear weapons. A deception, Supreme Leader. One that fooled us completely. Back on Earth, in a secure facility beneath the Sahara Desert, Dr. Elena Vasquez briefed her team of scientists. "The galaxy knows we have solar weapons now, but they still don't understand the full scope of our capabilities." Dr. Paul Chen, head of quantum physics, studied the data streams. "We're intercepting thousands of communications. Every major civilization is reassessing Earth's threat level. The Varkari Commonwealth wants to open diplomatic channels. The Zelton Collective is calling for a galactic summit." "And the warrior races?" Vasquez asked. "The Draconis Empire has recalled its expansion fleets. The Thorian Confederation just declared Earth a no-approach zone for their military vessels. They're afraid, Elena. They're all afraid." In deep space, aboard the merchant vessel Star Wanderer, Captain Cora of the Altani studied the news feeds with growing amazement. Her blue-skinned First Officer Jivik shook his head in disbelief. "I traded with humans just last year. They bought basic fusion cores and agricultural equipment. How did we miss this?" Cora's antennae twitched thoughtfully. "We saw what they wanted us to see. Think about it, Jevik. Their planet has perfect conditions, abundant resources, and they've been in space for over a century, yet they never expanded beyond their system. Never started colonies, never joined galactic trade networks. You think they've been advanced all along? I think we've been dealing with the galaxy's greatest actors, and now the play is over." On Earth, protests erupted as news of the hidden defense systems leaked to the public. In New York City, crowds gathered outside the UN building. Some celebrated humanity's power, others demanded answers about the decades of deception. Inside the Pentagon, General Martinez met with her senior staff. Colonel Carter looked exhausted as he reported. "Public reaction is mixed. Some are angry about the secrecy. Others are proud of our strength. Social media is exploding with theories about what else we might be hiding." Major Lisa Wong added, "International relations are stable for now. Every nation benefited from the protection, so there's no finger-pointing between governments. But we need to address the public soon." Martinez nodded. "Schedule a global broadcast. It's time for full disclosure." That evening, screens across Earth displayed General Martinez standing before a simple blue background. Her expression was serious but calm. "Citizens of Earth, I know you have questions. For decades, your governments have maintained a careful deception about our true capabilities. This was not done out of malice or desire for control, but out of necessity." She paused, letting her words sink in. "Humanity achieved breakthrough technologies in energy manipulation, quantum physics, and artificial intelligence long before we admitted publicly. We chose to hide these advances to prevent their misuse and to observe the galaxy without interference. Across the planet, billions watched in stunned silence. The Craxian Empire forced our hand. They came to conquer, to subjugate. We showed them, and the galaxy, that Earth will not be threatened. But our power comes with responsibility. We will not become conquerors ourselves." In the Andromeda Galaxy, the ancient preservers monitored the broadcast with interest. These beings who had watched civilizations rise and fall for millennia rarely took notice of younger races, but Earth had caught their attention. "The humans show wisdom," observed the elder, its crystalline form pulsing with soft light. "They had the power to dominate but chose restraint. Until threatened," noted another preserver. "Then they acted decisively." As it should be. Mark them for continued observation. They may prove worthy of contact. Back on Earth, in a hidden facility beneath Antarctica, the real extent of humanity's advancement remained secret. General Martinez and Dr. Vasquez stood before a massive display showing a map of the galaxy. The Eclipse Protocol is just the beginning, Vasquez explained. Our deep space monitoring stations have tracked every major civilization for decades. We have contingency plans for each potential threat. And Project Exodus? Martinez asked. The colony ships are ready. If Earth ever falls, humanity will survive among the stars. 10 vessels, each capable of establishing a self-sufficient civilization. Martinez studied the star map. Let's hope we never need them. For now, we maintain the new narrative. Earth is powerful but peaceful, advanced but not aggressive. And our true capabilities remain classified. The galaxy thinks our power comes from solar manipulation. Let them believe that. Our real advantages, the quantum computers, the AI systems, the dimensional research, stay hidden. As night fell across Earth, humanity began adjusting to its new reality. No longer the galaxy's newcomers, but revealed as a sleeping giant that had chosen peace until forced to show its strength. In homes, cafes, and public squares, people discussed their planet's hidden history. Children who had dreamed of reaching the stars learned that humanity had already mastered technologies beyond imagination. Scientists who had worked on public projects discovered their research had secret military applications. The transformation was profound but necessary. Earth had stepped onto the galactic stage not as students but as teachers, not as subjects but as protectors, and the universe would have to adjust to this new reality. As General Martinez retired to her quarters that night, she reflected on the path ahead. Humanity's greatest challenge wasn't technological or military, it was moral. How to wield immense power without becoming the very threat they sought to prevent. The answer, she believed, lay in Earth's history. Humanity had learned from its mistakes from wars and conflicts that nearly destroyed civilization. Now, with the power to reshape the galaxy, they would need that wisdom more than ever. The stars beckoned, full of possibilities and dangers. But Earth was ready. The age of hiding was over. The age of responsibility had begun. 2 months after the Craxian fleet's destruction, the first alien diplomats arrived at Earth. The Varkari Commonwealth sent Ambassador Tilak, a tall, slender being with iridescent skin that shifted colors with his emotions. His ship approached, Earth slowly, broadcasting peaceful intentions on all frequencies. General Martinez waited in the newly constructed First Contact facility outside Geneva. The building's architecture combined human aesthetics with universal symbols of peace. As Tilak's shuttle landed, his skin flickered nervous yellow. "Welcome to Earth, Ambassador," Martinez said, extending her hand in the human greeting. Tilak studied the gesture, then carefully mimicked it. "Thank you, General. I bring greetings from the Commonwealth and a proposal for peaceful relations." In the conference room, holographic displays showed both species' territories. Tilak's skin shifted to calm blue as he began his presentation. "The Commonwealth has observed Earth for many years, respecting your apparent desire for isolation. We now understand this was strategic positioning." Martinez nodded. "We needed time to develop without interference." "Indeed. We propose a mutual defense treaty. Your demonstrated power could help maintain peace in our sector." Before Martinez could respond, alarms blared throughout the facility. Colonel Carter rushed in. "General, we have a situation. The Draconis Empire just entered the system. 12 warships." Tilak's skin flashed red with alarm. "The Draconis are aggressive expansionists. They must have come to test your defenses." In orbit, the dragon-like ships of the Draconis formed a blockade. Their commander, War Master Draknor, appeared on the emergency channel. His reptilian features twisted in what might have been a smile. "Humans of Earth, the Draconis Empire acknowledges your victory over the Craxians, but one battle does not make you warriors. We challenge you to prove your worth." Martinez stepped forward. "We have no desire for conflict, War Master. Leave our System peacefully. Peace is for the weak. Show us your true strength or we will take your world. Dr. Vasquez whispered to Martinez. General, we can't use the Eclipse protocol again so soon. The solar array needs to recharge. What other options do we have? The Tesla field, but it's never been tested in actual combat. Martinez made her decision. War Master Draknor, you want to see our strength? Very well. But know that what happens next is your choice. She nodded to Carter. Activate the Tesla field, minimum setting. Deep beneath Earth's oceans, ancient machines awakened. Built into the planet's crust, they tapped directly into Earth's magnetic field. Blue energy began, crackling across the sky, visible even in daylight. On the Draconis flagship, sensors screamed warnings. War Master, massive electromagnetic buildup detected. It's coming from the planet itself. Impossible. No one can weaponize an entire world's magnetic field. Lightning began arcing between the Draconis ships. Not ordinary lightning, file electromagnetic, pulses precisely tuned to their shield frequencies. Systems failed across the fleet as the energy danced from vessel to vessel. Our shields are failing, reported the Draconis tactical officer. Weapon systems offline, engines losing power. Draknor roared in frustration. Full retreat, get us out of here. But the Tesla field held them like insects in amber. Their ships drifted helplessly, completely disabled but undamaged. Martinez opened a channel. War Master, your ships are intact but powerless. We could destroy you, but we choose not to. This is what makes us strong, knowing when not to use our full power. On Audi, the planet's surface, Tilak watched in amazement, his skin cycling through colors rapidly. You can control your planet's entire magnetic field? Among other things, Martinez replied carefully. Ambassador, you asked about a defense treaty. Perhaps we should discuss a broader alliance. The Draconis ships were released after 6 hours, limping back to their territory with a newfound respect for Earth. News of this second demonstration spread even faster than the first. In the depths of space on the ancient station called Nexus Point, representatives from 50 civilizations gathered. The Galactic Council had not convened in 300 years, but Earth's emergence demanded attention. Speaker Vorian of the Centauri Republic addressed the assembly. The humans possess weapons we cannot comprehend. They defeated the Craxians in seconds and neutralized the Draconis without casualties. We must decide our stance toward this new power. The Thorian representative stood. They could conquer us all, yet they choose restraint. This suggests wisdom. Or deception, countered the Zelton delegate. Perhaps they wait for the right moment to strike. Back on Earth, construction began on humanity's first official space station for diplomatic meetings. The Unity platform would orbit at the Lagrange point between Earth and the Moon, neutral ground for all species. Dr. Paul Chen oversaw the project, working with teams from every nation. We're including technology showcase areas, he explained to Martinez. Let visitors see some of our capabilities. Build trust through transparency. Controlled transparency, Martinez corrected. They see what we choose to show. In Moscow, Beijing, Washington, and other capitals, leaders adapted to Earth's new role. Intelligence agencies that once spied on each other now cooperated to monitor galactic communications. Military forces trained for potential off-world missions. The change rippled through society. Universities added xenobiology and galactic history courses. Children learned alien languages alongside traditional subjects. Artists imagined life on distant worlds, but not everyone celebrated. In hidden corners of the internet, groups formed, opposing contact with aliens. They called themselves Earth First, demanding humanity remain isolated. We were safe when they thought us primitive. Their leader, Marcus Wade, preached to growing crowds. Now we've painted a target on our world. These tensions came to a head when the collective, a hive mind species, requested permission to establish an embassy on Earth. The prospect of telepathic aliens on the planet sparked fierce debate. Martinez. addressed the UN Security Council again. The collective offers to share their medical technology. They've eliminated disease on every world they've contacted. At what cost? Demanded the Indian representative. Their hive mind could influence human thoughts. We have safeguards, Dr. Vasquez assured them. Psionic shields developed specifically for this possibility. The vote passed narrowly. Earth would host its first alien embassy, with strict monitoring and security measures. As construction began on the collective embassy in Australia's outback, Earth's defensive systems received a major upgrade. Satellite networks expanded. Deep space monitoring stations came online. Humanity prepared for whatever the galaxy might bring. In her office late one night, Martinez received an encrypted message from the dark side of the moon. The lunar base, another secret installation, had detected something unusual. General, we found artificial structures on Europa. They're not Craxian or any known design. How old? Preliminary scans suggest millions of years. Martinez felt a chill. Earth's ancient defenses might not be humanity's creation after all. Someone, or something, had been protecting the planet long before humans evolved. Keep this classified. I want a full archaeological team assembled. If we didn't build these defenses, we need to know who did. As dawn broke over Geneva, Martinez watched the sunrise with new understanding. Earth's power might be greater than even they knew. The question was, were they inheritors of this technology, or its caretakers? The galaxy had thought humans were newcomers to space. The truth might be that humanity was returning to it. The archaeological team landed on Europa's icy surface under cover of darkness. Dr. Sarah Mitchell led 12 specialists in xenoarchaeology, a field that had existed in secret for decades. Their shuttle settled near the coordinates where the lunar base had detected the structures. Environmental suits check, Sarah ordered. Remember, officially we're conducting geological surveys. The real mission stays between us. They descended through a hidden entrance beneath the ice, finding themselves in vast chambers carved with mathematical precision. The walls showed no signs of age or wear, as if built yesterday rather than millions of years ago. These symbols, whispered Dr. James Park, running his gloved hand over intricate carvings. They're similar to the control interfaces in our defense systems. Sarah nodded grimly. Keep recording everything. We need to understand who built this and why. Meanwhile, on Earth, the first alien ambassadors settled into their new embassies. The collective's representatives, who appeared as luminescent humanoids, worked from their facility in Australia. The Varkari established their mission in Switzerland. Even the chastened Draconis Empire requested diplomatic relations. General, Martinez managed these contacts from the Global Defense Command, juggling military security with diplomatic necessity. Her aide knocked and entered with urgent news. General, we've received a message from deep space. It's from a species we've never encountered. The transmission showed beings of pure energy, their forms shifting between geometric patterns. Their spokesperson manifested as a glowing sphere. Humans of Earth, we are the Luminari. We have watched your recent actions with interest. We come to warn you. You play with forces you do not fully understand. Martinez leaned forward. Explain. The technologies you wield were not meant for young species. They are remnants of the first ones, who seeded this galaxy with life. You have awakened their ancient defenses, but do you comprehend their true purpose? Before Martinez could respond, alarms rang throughout the facility. Colonel Carter rushed in, his face pale. General, our deep space sensors are going crazy. Something massive is approaching the solar system. On the main display, a shape emerged from the void. It defied conventional physics, parts of it seeming to exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. The construct measured larger than Earth's moon. The luminary's tone became urgent. The Devourers have noticed your activation of First One technology. They come to prevent any species from reaching the level of the ancients. How do we stop them? Martinez demanded. You cannot, not with the weapons you've revealed. But the First Ones left deeper defenses. You must find and activate the Nexus. On Europa, Sarah's team had discovered exactly that. At the heart of the underground complex stood a crystalline structure pulsing with inner light. Ancient machinery surrounded it, interfaces that somehow felt familiar despite their alien origin. Dr. Mitchell called one of her team. These readings are incredible. This device is connected to similar structures throughout the solar system. Mars, Titan, even Pluto. Sarah contacted Earth immediately. General Martinez, we've found something extraordinary. It appears to be a control system for a solar system-wide defense network. Can you activate it? The interfaces are similar to our own technology. It's as if our systems were based on this design. But there's a problem. It requires authorization from multiple locations simultaneously. The Devourer construct drew closer, its very presence warping space around it. Smaller craft emerged from its structure, each one the size of a city. Martinez made a decision that would define humanity's future. All nations, all allies, this is Earth Defense Command. We need teams at every First One installation in the system. We must activate them together. Within hours, multinational teams raced to ancient sites hidden across the solar system. Russian cosmonauts reached the Martian complex. Chinese taikonauts landed on Titan. American astronauts descended into Pluto's frozen caves. The Luminary, ambassador materialized in Earth's command center. You understand now. The first ones anticipated this moment. They left defenses not for one species, but for all who could work together. On Europa, Sarah stood before the Nexus interface. All teams report ready, General. On my mark, Martinez ordered. 3, 2, 1, activate. Across the solar system, ancient machines awakened. Energy fields connected the installations, forming a web of power that encompassed all planets. The Nexus on Europa served as the central processor, coordinating defenses beyond human comprehension. The Devourer construct halted its advance as the defense grid materialized. Beams of impossible energy struck its scouts, not destroying them, but transporting them elsewhere, outside the galaxy itself. Fascinating, observed the Luminary. The first ones didn't believe in destruction. They preferred relocation. The massive Devourer attempted to retreat but found itself caught in the grid. With a flash that outshone the sun, it vanished, transported to some distant corner of the universe. General, reported Dr. Vasquez from her station, we're receiving massive amounts of data from the defense grid. Technical specifications, historical records, star charts showing other protected systems. The first one's legacy, the Luminary explained. They seeded many worlds, protected them until their children could stand together. Earth was one of their gardens. In the days that followed, humanity struggled to process these revelations. Archaeological teams uncovered more First One installations on every world. Their technology had been guiding human development all along, preparing Earth for this moment. The galactic community reacted with a mixture of awe and concern. The Varkari ambassador met with Martinez privately. Your species didn't develop these defenses. You inherited them. Does this change your position in galactic affairs? It changes our understanding, not our responsibility. Martinez replied, whether we built these weapons or inherited them, we must use them wisely. The Luminary prepared to depart but left a final message. Other Devourers exist. They will come now that Earth has revealed itself as a First One legacy world. But you are not alone. Seek out the other garden worlds. Unite them. In underground laboratories, scientists studied the flood of new data. Dr. Chen made a startling discovery. General, according to these records, the first ones didn't just leave technology. They influenced evolution itself. Humanity's rapid technological advancement, our ability to understand these systems, it was engineered into our DNA. Martinez stood at her office window, gazing at the stars. So we're their children in more ways than one. The question is, Chen continued, what happened to the first ones? These records end abruptly about 50,000 years ago. That mystery would have to wait. Earth now faced a galaxy-wide challenge, uniting the first one's scattered children before the Devourers returned in force. The defense of one world had become the protection of all life. As alien delegations arrived daily seeking alliance with Earth, Martinez addressed her staff. We thought we were hiding our power. Instead, we were being prepared for a role we never imagined. Earth isn't just defending itself anymore. We're becoming guardians of the galaxy. The age of isolation was truly over. Humanity's destiny lay among the stars, not as conquerors but as protectors, inheritors of an ancient legacy and defenders against threats that could destroy all civilization. In the depths of space, other garden worlds began to awaken, their own defensive systems activating in response to Earth's example. The children of the first ones were finally coming together, and the galaxy would never be the same. 1 year after the activation of the first one's defense grid, Earth had become the unofficial capital of a growing alliance. The Unity platform space station bustled with representatives from 30 different species. General Martinez, now appointed as Earth's first galactic ambassador, worked tirelessly to coordinate their efforts. In her office aboard the station, she reviewed reports from across the galaxy. 5 more garden worlds had been located and activated. Each possessed similar defense systems, each had species that showed accelerated evolution. The pattern was clear. The first ones had planned for this moment across millennia. Ambassador, her aide announced, the delegation from Kepler 442b has arrived. The Keplerians entered, tall beings with crystalline skin that refracted light into rainbow patterns. Their leader, Prism Echo, spoke through harmonic vibrations. Earth friend Martinez, our defenses awakened 3 cycles ago. We bring coordinates for 2 more garden worlds in our sector. Martinez smiled. Excellent news. How are your people adjusting to the revelations? Like your humans, we struggle with the knowledge that our evolution was guided, but we see the wisdom in it now. The devourers would have consumed us all, had we developed naturally. On Earth's moon, the archaeological excavation had become a permanent research facility. Dr. Sarah Mitchell now led a multinational team studying First One technology. Their latest discovery changed everything. Ambassador, Sarah reported via quantum communicator. We've found it, the First One's final message. The holographic recording showed beings of impossible beauty, their forms shifting between energy and matter. When they spoke, understanding flowed directly into the minds of all who listened. To our children across the stars, the message began, if you receive this, then our greatest fear has come to pass. The devourers have returned and we are gone. The recording continued, explaining how the first ones had fought the devourers for eons. Realizing they might lose, they seeded gardens throughout the galaxy, accelerating evolution on promising worlds. We gave you our defenses, encoded wisdom in your DNA, and left guardians to guide you. Now you must stand together, as we once did. The devourers consume not just matter but the very fabric of reality. Only united can you preserve what we fought to protect. The message revealed coordinates for the Master Nexus, a control center that could link all garden worlds into a single defense network. It lay at the galactic core, protected by automated systems waiting for the children to claim their inheritance. Martinez convened the Alliance Council immediately. Representatives from every member species gathered in the Unity platform's grand chamber. We have a choice, she announced. We can remain as separate worlds, defending ourselves individually, or we can activate the Master Nexus and stand truly united. The Varkari ambassador spoke first. The journey to the galactic core is dangerous. Many have tried and never returned. The devourers grow stronger, countered the Draconis War Master, who had become one of Earth's staunchest allies. We've detected 3 more constructs approaching from extragalactic space. Individual defenses won't be enough. After hours of debate, the vote was unanimous. The Alliance would send a joint expedition to activate the Master Nexus. The fleet, assembled near Jupiter, ships from every member species, technologies combined in ways their creators had never imagined. The Earth vessel Prometheus led the formation, equipped with the most advanced First One systems yet discovered. Captain Lisa Wong, promoted from her role in Earth Defense Command, took the helm. All ships report ready, Ambassador. Martinez watched, From the Unity platform as the fleet engaged their drives. Space folded around them, First One technology allowing travel that defied conventional physics. The journey that should have taken years would be completed in days. At the galactic core, automated defenses challenged their approach. But the ships bore the genetic signatures of the First One's children. Ancient systems recognized them, granting passage to the Master Nexus. The structure dwarfed planets, a crystalline sphere surrounding an artificial star. As the fleet approached, it began to pulse with welcoming light. "We're receiving instructions," reported Captain Wong. "The Nexus requires representatives from each species to activate simultaneously." Inside the control chamber, beings from across the galaxy stood before interfaces that adjusted to their physiology. Human, Varkari, Draconis, Keplerian, and dozens, more prepared to join their worlds in permanent alliance. "On my mark," Martinez commanded from the Prometheus. 3, 2, 1, initiate. Light erupted from the Master Nexus, beams racing across space to connect every garden world. The individual defense grids merged into a single network spanning the galaxy. Power flowed between systems, knowledge shared instantly across impossible distances. On Earth, Dr. Vasquez monitored the integration. "It's working. We're receiving data from every connected world. Technologies we couldn't dream of. Histories going back millions of years." But the activation had been noticed. From the void between galaxies, a massive devourer fleet emerged. Hundreds of constructs, each larger than the one Earth had faced, approached the Milky Way. "They come to prevent the Union," the luminary warned, appearing on every Alliance screen. "This is the battle the First Ones foresaw." The Master Nexus pulsed with increasing intensity. Captain Wong reported, "Ambassador, the system is offering us a choice. We can maintain a defensive posture or what? Or we can take the fight to them. The Nexus can open a gateway to their origin point." Martinez understood immediately. The First Ones hadn't just left defenses, they'd left the means to end the threat permanently. "All Alliance members, this is Ambassador Martinez. We face a decision that will determine the fate of all life in this galaxy. Do we defend or do we ensure the Devourers never threaten anyone again?" The vote took seconds. Unanimous agreement. "Open the gateway," Martinez ordered. Space tore open before the Devourer fleet, revealing their dark dimension. But instead of Alliance ships entering, pure energy erupted outward. The combined power of every garden world, channeled through the Master Nexus, swept into the Devourer's realm. The constructs tried to retreat but found themselves pulled into their own dimension. The gateway pulsed, sending waves of transformative energy that didn't destroy but fundamentally altered the Devourer's nature. Their hunger ceased. Their form stabilized into something new. "By the First Ones," whispered the luminary. "They didn't plan for our defense alone. They left us the means to heal the Devourers, to end the cycle of consumption." As the last Devourer disappeared through the gateway, it sealed behind them. Across the galaxy, celebrations erupted. The ancient threat had ended, not through destruction, but transformation. Months later, at the first meeting of the Galactic Federation, the formal name for their alliance, Martinez addressed the assembled representatives. "The First Ones left us more than technology. They left us a vision of what we could become. Not conquerors, not isolationists, but guardians and healers. We've proven worthy of their legacy." Dr. Sarah Mitchell, now chief archaeologist for the Federation, had one final revelation. "We've decoded the last First One archive. They didn't die out or ascend. They transformed themselves into pure energy to power the defense grid. They became the very force that protected us. They never left," Martinez realized. "They became part of us all." On Earth, children looked up at stars that no longer held unknown terrors but infinite possibilities. Humanity had found its place not as masters of the galaxy, but as part of a vast family united by shared purpose. The story that began with a warning ignored had ended with the galaxy transformed. Earth's greatest strength had never been its weapons, but its ability to inspire unity among the stars. The First One's children had come of age, ready to nurture new life and guard against future threats. In the depths of space, new gardens were already being planted. The cycle continued, but now with wisdom earned through unity and understanding. The galaxy was finally, truly, at peace.